Hello friends, Namaste, good morning or good evening everyone. This is Lavanya Vishwanath from Australia with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashri Subhash Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. So I would like you to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. So it's already been 12 sessions. We are discussing this book called Thinking and Destiny, written by Harold W. Percival, which is being explained to us by our very own dear master, Prasanna Medisetti. So let me quickly give you a recap of our previous session. So Prasanna Garu did talk about destiny. So what if destiny isn't something written for us, but something we shape? We often say that God will decide this, God will decide that, but if we carry a doubt, are we truly believing it? Faith isn't a fear, it's a clarity. Religion, at its core, it's a system of belief and it's a psychological and emotional support that we have created for humans to evolve. But if it's not the final truth, then we have learned that it's just a stage. And we also seen that from the five elements that are space, air, fire, water, and earth, they all came together to form this life. So we have moved from plants to animals and to humans. So our senses are evolving, and today we connect, and through our senses we connect to our this nature, and through the same senses we also get bind to our desires, emotions, and expectations. So Prasanna Garu did touch about this temples. So she says that where author mentioned that we look outward for security. So about like the temples, gods, rituals, but the real transformation begins inward. And Pasanaga did touch about why do we worship forms? Because of our beliefs, which gives them power. But truth does not need form, it needs awareness. So the real question is, are we just believing or are we inquiring? So we need to go beyond our senses, go beyond our belief systems, and ask ourselves, am I? Inquiring. So with that, I think I will hand over to Prasanna Garu. Prasanna Garu, namaste. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lavanya, for a good recap. Now let us see the same. We will continue this session also. The same concept of the God, destiny, all those things, right? So whatever that we are discussing. So we put the God as a wrath around us, like the security, or sometimes even to blame also. Okay, if something is happened, we think that okay, God has done it, and or something not done it, it is there in our fate. So something like that, right? So here in both the cases, you are not taking the responsibility of your actions. Whether it is a success or a failure, you are not taking the responsibility of your own actions. That is where we are actually struck now. Uh, Struck now. It is a kind of a struck, right? So we are not thinking that you have that capacity, you have that capability that you can do it, or you're not thinking that it is not your destiny, it is only your thinking or your doubts only that you are not able to go there. In both the cases, not only in the one case, success case or even the failure case, whatever. So we are doing it. So this here we are just taking that the fear, out of that fear, we are struggling. The fear is the foundation for our worship, that as we have taken the last time, right? So that's become the, what is that original silly? Inherently, the whatever that The humans, when they have started, they don't have any sins. But why this karmic bondage was started? When there is a no sin, right? So we started believing that God punishes us for the wrongdoing, and we started creating that fear-based obedience, isn't it? So so inherently, we put we kept in a stage that because we got this life, this janma, because we did something sin. That is why we came again. That's how even our Jaya, Vijaya, or all those things are also. It is says that, oh, those people has got that kind of a jealous as a nature. That is the reason why they came down and they fall down. This is the original sin. But if you look at the other way, if you look at the other way, the consciousness, because we are talking about the consciousness only, right? Entire thing is there only the consciousness. In the beginning, the consciousness is doesn't know anything, doesn't know anything, or it knows all the things. Only the two states. So when it became, when that particular small particles that which came from the Brahman, it started the life. It started the first life, the all Panchabhutas were formed and all the Tanmatras were formed, and then the life started with Ekakanajivi, that's amoeba or something, right? So it started with that, and then the plants came, the the water animals came, then the animals, the birds, and all those things, one after the another. So initially there is only one sense organ, that is only the touch organ. The trees has only the touch as a sense organ. Okay. Then the water like fishes and all those things, they have two sense organs. Then the birds came, three sense organs. Then the animals came with the four sense organs. Then advanced animals, five sense organs. All thing. Then the human being came with the sixth sense organ, which is the thinking. This is how the evolution came. So if this evolution is coming up, then what happens? Then where is that fear was started? If you go back and see where is the fear was started. So here, if you take it up, so is the when these single sense, double sense, triple sense, four sense organs, all the things were started, where is the God here? Just think back. Where is the God here? Where is the religion here? Is there any God or is there any religion? No, right? So there's no God, and this is the process of evolution that it came. So now tell me, the who made up of all these religions? God has given, or we have given? Obviously, we have given those religions, we have given that moral code and all those things. So moral code or some kind of the things are required for the human behavior in order to make that society in order. Okay. But again, as we discussed in the last class, belief, blind belief. There is always a difference. What is belief and what is, are you actually living in the constant fear and guilt? Feeling like your unworthiness. Oh, there are so many books. Oh, this human life is with all that blood, with all that nasty things that is made up of. So because you have done some sin, that is why you came. So but in the conscious case, when you see, the consciousness came as a tree, conscious came as a fish or the thing, then as a bird, then as a thing. It is constantly evolving. Then if you take that, consciousness is evolving, consciousness is expanding, or experiencing. So here also, when you take the human life, you are experiencing the life. You are experiencing the life, or consciousness is experiencing through this body the life. How about saying that, right? So because when you are having the number of lifetimes, each lifetime you are experiencing certain things. Suppose in the last lifetime, let us take, you experience your life as a medical doctor, let us take. You learned some things. And some other, so at the end, that role of you as is done. Then you are experiencing your life as a different thing. how you are experiencing, because in those days, if you started thinking, oh, these people, these engineers can only need to study only for 4 years and they are earning like anything, very simple. They are sitting in front of computer and doing, and they are getting it. If you think that way, okay, your soul has recorded that, oh, this soul has to experience that also, isn't it? Similarly, everything is an experience. When you take that as an experience, what you feel, this consciousness is expanding. It is not because of the sin or not because of the fear that you are there. But in order to keep it, there are some intelligent people. They said, like, even in the villages, they say, right, okay, these people will form the rules. He is the Grama Pedda kind of thing, right? Some president or whatever they call it as. So who whatever they says, it goes. Similarly, here also they gave some priest something. Okay, you tell me like whatever you want to do. So they started giving some rituals, because you have given some external authority to them. So here, how much is fear is required? Is a fearlessness is required for everything? Fear is also required for the human behavior, because it's a tool to control your all mad things. Because of that, they must have given that. So whatever that it comes into your mind, you may be doing it, right? So in order to control that one, or in order to fear, the god is there and he's going to punish, that kind of the thing, right? So to some extent it is required in order to move. So now the next is, what is a thought, what is a destiny, the justice and mercy. We know our thoughts are the one which is making our destiny. By now you got that thing, right? The doer is next life. What is the doer is doing? Whatever the unfinished thoughts in the previous life. When you are taking the previous body, unfinished thoughts, then you have to continue, you are continuing with the new body. So the life is continuous. There is a no break in the life. There is no birth and death. It is only life is continuous, but you are taking a different body. So until that body develops and you need to face the different phases of the things. Life is all continuous. As civilizations is continuous, your life is also continuous. Okay. They will, until resolved, until adjusted, until all the things are adjusted, because until that, whatever that you have to learn, until you learn all the things, this life, this consciousness is continuously evolving, and it is continuing. Life is a continuum, not a single isolated instance. And also we talk about the destiny, not only the individual destiny, we also talked about family's destiny, tribes destiny, all the nation destiny, and civilization, entire civilization destiny. Because everything has its own destiny, actually. Okay, so family destiny, if you take it, is a shared destiny. That is why people will think, right? So, oh, this person has passed away, but whatever the newborn one, right? Oh, he represents the same as like same behavior, same kind of the things. So he looks like he reborn. That kind of the words you must have heard it, right? Because when they do not complete the things, or when they want to cling to that particular family so much, so they may come back again when they have some unfinished task with that family. That is what the family destiny. Okay, so then sense of justice in the world. What is this justice? Justice is the one that is governing the world. Of course, we know the justice here is only the cause and effect. Whatever you do it, that comes back to you. Destiny of humanity. Here the feeling comes from the humanity destiny. Like as a human being, what is that feeling that you are supposed to do it? As a human being, you are supposed to do at least to make a smile the others also, right? This is kind of, each one has the kind of the rule, or the each kind of the country or a tribe or is having their own things, right? Their own what do you say, the rules, kind of the set of the rules. The inherent idea, what is justice? What is the inherent idea that the doer has to have the thing, right? They should have some kind of the sense that I am doing. Suppose as a family, let us take simple thing. As a family, you are the mother of the kid, your own kids. What is the justice there? What is your dharma? You can say in other words, in Eastern philosophy. So the dharma is, you need to raise your kids, you need to feed them, you need to take care of the family. That's your justice, right? So here it is, because if you are not doing that, you may get that fear of punishment. Okay, if I am not doing that, I may be in the next lifetime, I may not be able to, because I may have to take that kind of the kids who were not taken care by the parents. So that is actually the law and cause only, law of cause and destiny. But the thing is, you are actually putting that fear also, instilling that this religion is instilling fear also within them, because so that you will be in the order, the society will be in the order, right? The concept of the justice is internal. Actually, that dharma is internal. It's not external, but it should be the internal. That is the cause and effect. Every justice or every dharma works in the cause and effect only. Instead of accumulating the wrong actions, so you are not actually whatever that is happening, not only because of the wrong actions, but also your wrong thoughts and wrong deeds. That is why the karma, whenever they say, right, it comes from the three forms. People think that whatever we do, only it comes back. No, whatever you think, okay, whatever you think, also it comes back. Not just the deeds, wrong actions, but also the deeds, and also whatever you say, your walk. Manasa, vacha, karmana. Manasa means thinking, vacha, whatever you say, karmana, what you do it. So because of these three things, it will come. It is a inevitable consequence. The law or the thing is, it is an invisible consequence. You may say that, oh, God has given a punishment. No, the God is not given. This is you, your own action, your own thoughts, your own deeds has come into the action. This is a natural result of your own action, but you are keeping that to the God. That's the wrath of the God. You are just moving that to the God. Okay, God has written like this. Nobody has written like this. It is you, your actions has written that. Religion is rooted with this fear of consequences. Religion started with that fear, this only sense of accumulated destiny. Whatever you do, it is coming. It is not saying the God will write. There is some supreme super consciousness, supreme power is there. So that power, each one has given its own names. Okay. Feel it eventually, it eventually manifests. Fear of unseen forces. There is a fear of unseen forces. It leads, so whenever there is a fear of unseen forces are there, then you will get a fear and then you started worshipping. Right, you started worshipping it. So in the initially the God concept came like, so when all the Panchabhutas were there, so man, this thing was started when he started cooking, when he started inventing the fire and all, right? So when there is a lot of fire, what happens? All the forest will be gone, and he is also getting hurt. So he got started fearing about fire. When there's a lot of water is coming as a thing, right? So floods and all. So he started feeding with the water. That is how, if you see some of the Mayan culture or whatever the culture recently that I mentioned, I think I went to the Peru. That time also I saw the temples for sun, temples for water, temples for earth. All for the Panchabhutas only the temples are there. Because that is the one which is giving the existence, as well as which are causing the destruction also. So they started worshipping them, not to do that. Because the fire is giving you, helping you to cook, at the same time it is also destroying, right? So they started making it as a worshipping it as a thing. Then later, because you have given this power to some of the people, then they started giving you the preaching and all those things, because you are like a human form. They created the God also in the human form. Isn't it? They also created the God is also in the human form, and they said, okay, this has done, something like that. Sorry, the chart is out. Mm. That is how this God the meaning of the God, or the only thing that is there is your cause and effect, but the religion imparted this and they started this. So as soon as the fear is there, then you want mercy, right? You want some kind of the so they seek the mercy of that God, particular God. So true consequences cannot be erased. That thing that no religion is saying. Religion is saying the God will give, God will do, that kind of the thing, right? Actually, the true consequence is coming from your own actions. There, so delay and escape. Mercy does not remove your consequences. Even if there is a God in so-called religion also, if you see, if you go deeply, even in our own, because we all know the Eastern philosophy, they say any God cannot remove your karma. Do you see anywhere that so means they cannot remove the consequences? Even in those also they say that okay, your age was increased here and next Janma this is decreased, something like that. So which inner meaning is anybody cannot reduce your cause and effect, consequences, whatever you do it, right? So give a time to prepare yourself that you are the reason for your own destiny. Strengthen yourself and face the outcome, whatever it comes, face the outcome. Life is governed by law, not by the favoritism of anybody. It could be the God. It is not the favoritism of anybody. It is not actually happening. It is happening only by the cause of law, cause of action, law, the karma law, karmic law, or whatever. So psychological, because there is a psychologically, you are actually this religion, any religion, I'm not actually pointing out any particular religion, it's making you to feel weak. It's making you to feel fearful. It want to avoid the responsibility. You are not taking the responsibility. You are pushing that towards the God. Right, you are pushing that to God. Seeking the mercies often you are avoiding the accountability. Suppose a student went to the Lord Venkateshwara Tirumala and then say that okay, if I get a first rank, I'll do this something, and he came back. Without he studying, will he get the first rank? Only thing is he has to do his own thing. Whatever he studied, only it is getting it. But only thing is because there is a trust that God is taking care, he is able to study well. He is actually removing that kind of the burden, right? So he's studying well. That's but ultimately his actions is only giving him fruit. That is the one that is insisting. Percival is insisting is it is the only the nature of the consequences doesn't nobody can change it. Life is governed by your law of thoughts and justice. That's all. There is a no mercy. There is no. Take your own responsibility. Take the actions, responsibility of your own actions. Be in that awareness. Transform yourself. Inner transformation has to happen. Then only. Then beyond this fear and mercy, what is there? Beyond this fear and mercy, there is only somewhere something existing. What is that? Amidst of suffering, confusion, people think that there is somewhere, some supreme power is there. Okay, that is the existing. What is that it is existing? That is only that self-existent, you only existing in the previous. And you are also existing in the present within the doer, right? Every human being, within the doer, you are having that kind of that supreme power within. Whatever that you are thinking there is supreme power outside is there, that is there within you. So that is where you have to travel. Now, if you go outside, you will find religion, you will find society, you will find all other external things. If you go inside only, you will feel that what exactly that supreme power is coming from, because then you can connect, the doer can connect with the triune self, with its own knower. Then actually the complete triune self occurs. That is the deep spiritual memory that you can go. That is the reflection of the highest truth. When this faith, when you cannot feel that faith, then you are shaken. You feel your injustice. Whatever, even though I did it, I'm not able to get it. You feel that you are in the crisis. You feel that you have wronged something. You are alone. You are unsupported. All these feelings will come when you are not connected with your own triune self. Human turn inward, discover the inner strength and justice. Suppose there are so many people around us also, we are seeing, they won't do anything until some problem comes. But when the problem comes, those people will stand like a rock, and then they come up in the life. Even in your own life, you can see in our own lives also, we do that. Because when the problem comes, you are able to bring out your inward strength. Where does that strength came from? That strength did not come from outside. When the problem comes, you went inside, you stand for yourself. You are able to bring that out. So intuitively, intuition of immortality, so because you feel that you are mortal, right? You're mortal, and once this is done, the life is done, it is gone. Okay, but if you see the sequences also, if you are in mortal, very simple task. Yesterday, when I'm just thinking, very simple task of like when a child was born. When child was born, nobody taught that child, go and drink the milk from your mom. This is how you have to do it. Who taught? Nobody taught the child to breathe on her own. Nowadays, if you see the childs, they are just crawling like anything. The evolution, it has become like 6 months, 5 months. They are able to 3 months. They are able to put the head and neck together, kind of thing, right? But now, if you see in days, people are doing it. The kids are doing it because that soul is already learned all those things. The soul is the one who is acting in that body, right? So it has already learned. So it doesn't need a new learning. It's already learned. That is why coming babies are coming so advanced, because they're already learned these things in this earth and again coming back. The consciousness was already evolved. That is what here it is saying. So meaning of immortality is like here, the doer originates. The doer, whoever is originate, is eternal, beyond the time and space. He is there. He is coming to the body. Body is only the mortal, but not the doer. Doer is immortal. Doer is immortal. He is coming, going, and again taking the another birth and coming, right? Life does not end with the death. The doer is continuing his own journey. That is what we have to. Human life is a temporary phase in an eternal journey. In this body, I am living a temporarily in this body in my eternal journey. Suppose when you are renting a house, right? Let us take. So once your job is done in that place, you are moving to the another place, or when you are taking a train or a flight reservation, right? You are just there only for that journey period. After that, that is not your seat. When you book a ticket, you'll say, oh, 31A is my seat. Okay. But after that journey, can you say 31A is my seat? Because you booked only for that journey, right? Similarly, our body, we are taking only for this 70, 80, 100 years of that. This is only ours, only at the particular period of time. But it doesn't mean that you are not existing. You are still existing, right? Your place was changed, that's all. This is the purpose of the life and justice, right? Experience everything. Justice, injustice, whatever it is, survive through. Suppose in this lifetime you have got some injustice, and you got like you are supposed to get, you didn't get it, or some injustice happened to you. Experience that also, because you take the life to experience that. How does it? Whatever the karmic actions are happening, or whatever the thing, right? You came to experience that, learn from it. If injustice happened, learn from it. So then you will correct your things from your own things, and you balance your own way. Justice is not like immediately it won't come. It will come over the time. It will come over the time. In now, whatever it feels injustice, maybe it is coming through your karmic bondage or cause and effect, but you will definitely able to understand it and move forward. Blind fear, right? Humans, whenever they stop this blind fear, stop everything, giving it to the God, then you feel courage, you feel self-respect. Because when you say that I did it, Again, confidence and overconfidence, there is a difference. Okay, like fear and blind belief, there is a difference, right? Belief and blind belief, there is a difference. Here also, courage or self-respect and overdoing is also there is a something. So you need to understand. So do not give everything to the God, because there is a joke. The God and man were like, they face each other. You created me. Each one will say, God will say, you created me, and man will say, you created me. That's how we are in, right? So when we learn all the things, so which is nothing but the person came in the evolution. So the God was created by the man only, definitely. But the God, whatever that supreme consciousness that you have within you, you are unable to receive it. You are seeing that as an external person, because you have that, but you are unable to feel that supreme consciousness within you. So you are just saying, oh, there is another person. That's the supreme consciousness. So that is the God. Or if some person realized, then we are all there. Lavanya realized that I can do something. So she started doing it. Let us take. So when she started doing it and growing the heights and heights in her life, people started worshipping her instead of following the path. That is what happening the God also. Suppose some, even for the superstars or somebody, right? So they must have worked hard and they must have become. If you are so passionate about acting, go on, but they will go and do the for fall for their feet. What you will get? Similar thing that we are doing with the God too. But if you want to have some kind of, then again, why we are actually maintaining? Because we have to maintain that God for some until certain stage, so that the society will be in order. Okay. So we need, true strength is accepting the consequences. Whatever the life it comes, accept it. Trust the justice. Trust the justice that is happening. Then the three key human tendencies are fear of wrath. Fear of wrath, awareness of consequences leads to the fear-based religion. Whenever you are just not aware, so fear-based religion one. Then mercy, wish to escape the consequences. Go and pray there, then your consequences will be escaped. That shows your weakness or avoidance. Then faith-based. Just deeply put the faith over there. Don't think. Deep inner knows the fairness. So leads the courage and growth. That as I told you, go to the Tirumala, put the faith over there and come and study. That is the one thing. Okay. Here out of all these things, faith and justice is fine. At least by keeping some kind of the faith you are doing. But fear is not good. Desiring for the mercy is not good, because that is weakening or that is making you depend on externally. Faith is the better, because you're getting some kind of inner strength, emotional dependency, that kind of thing, but you are working on. Right? Then recognize the destiny. There are tendencies shows that do you recognize the destiny and the law of justice? At some point, you will recognize this is my destiny. At one point, I thought of it. I want to become that. I thought of it. Now I became. Huh? Even in this lifetime. So after knowing all this knowledge also, some point you will understand I am the creator of my own destiny. My thoughts is only the creating. It is so you will go beyond your fear and mercy. Okay. If you say, if you go and say, right, anybody, oh, all are the same. Even after some of the friends who listen this YouTube thing also, they come and say, oh, you born now as a Hindu and you are actually doing it. But how can you say that everybody is the same? Yes, I born as an Hindu. I'm not saying that I'm not. But when you learn, yesterday I learned a book. He is saying that the Eastern god is E, let us take. The Middle East god is M, and the Western god is W. Let us take. There are three gods. Then this Western god is thinking that the God has created the universe. Then this W is the one who created the universe. Right? And here Eastern people is thinking E is created the universe, and these people and this Middle East people are thinking M is the created the universe. As long as there is a no transportation between these three areas, everybody was happy with their gods. When the transportation started, when the Eastern people coming to the West or Middle East people coming to the East or something like that, then the conflict comes. If W is the one created, then who is E? Then W is failed or E is failed, right? So here somewhere something is mismatching, right? So here all the three were created by the consciousness only. So here we should understand all the three are the same consciousness, and only thing is people are calling in a different names. That is where our thinking and destiny is taking us. Okay. Suffering and injustice is also a part of learning. That's what here Percival is suffering. If you are suffering anything, it's a part of your learning, part of your balancing. So true spirituality you will feel when you accept the justice, whatever it comes. Act with your awareness. Okay, live fearlessly. Because something happened, don't get fear. Live fearlessly. I may be punished. No, don't go that. Or save me from the consequences. No. What you have to say? I will face and I will grow. You have a three choices. Fear says, I may be punished. Mercy says that save me from the consequences. But justice says, I will face and grow. Which one we are going to do? We have to take the third. We may be done the first fear based for some lifetimes. We may be there in the mercy based, but at least with the knowledge that we have received now, we have to see, I will face the life and I will grow. Trust the justice. Accept your responsibility. When you accept the responsibility, then only you will grow in the life. When you are not accepting, when you are giving to the other, then you will not be able to grow in the life. Original sin story. We have the original sin story that we are not able to balance and we came back, we came down. And that is a mythologically so many versions of there. But from the Percival point of view, you are growing the consciousness. You are experiencing the various things through your consciousness. But while you are experiencing, if you are not actually falling in the right, who has to tell right? Within your own consciousness will tell. That's why they ask your consciousness, ask your antaratma, something. We use it, right? So that tells whether whatever you are doing right or wrong. So when your consciousness, inner consciousness is saying this is not right, but still you are shutting its mouth, and if you are doing, then you have to face the consequence. As simple as that. That is why we just need to accept with responsibility. Okay, hidden always the truths are twisted, simplified, the childlike forms. Instead, in this religion, these are all twisted, but still, in the same religion, they also simplified form. They mentioned it as, but we are not going into that inner truth. I'm not saying the religion never told. Religions also told nobody can change your karmic. Nobody change your thing. That religion also told, but we are not going until then. We are stopping at the fear. That's all. Okay, there's a mythology, symbolic forms that they are saying. Some stories feel so true. Okay, so true, right? So do you remember only those kind of the stories? But if you see, if you take that, take the from the story, if you take that inner meaning, like what exactly that story is trying to tell you, then you will be able to evolve yourself. Okay, so Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that you exist before you exist after. If you take that, the same truth that we are talking, the Percival, Sri Krishna also said that. But in between, he said that, oh, give all the things to me so that I will take care of something. Here to me is that supreme power, that consciousness. So me, you have to take, people started taking Sri Krishna in that body form only we are taking. We are not taking that supreme consciousness is the there. Me here in the sense is talking about that Paramatma or the supreme consciousness, different names, not as a bodily form of the Sri Krishna or Sri Rama. Okay. Because we are going, because we are emotionally, we are connecting to those stories, and those stories were widely accepted by the So wide acceptance in the world, right? That is why we started believing that. Misuse of the misuse of the procreative power. The original sin is misuse of the procreative power. Original sin refers the wrong or uncontrolled use of this power in the beginning. It is not just the physical. It is just the. It could be the creative energy, whatever that you have, the creative energy or the desire, right? If you are misusing that power, now you have that creative energy, whatever the thing. So if you use that creative energy for the wrong deeds, that is your sin. It's not that original sin, we need not go anywhere. The sin is unlawful, uncontrollable procrastination. Even that Jaya Vijaya also, forget about the story. They have unlawfully, they have the thought, right? So they should not that what is that the jealous kind of the feelings, they should not be doing it. Not only they, we also should not be doing it. That is the original sin that they have done. So similarly, we are also doing that original sin. Instead of doing the lawful things, we are doing that unlawful things. Because of that, we are losing that higher awareness things. Higher awareness in the sense, we are losing the triune self, that knower part, right? The connection we are missing. If you are always connected with the higher self, you will not be able to, you will not, no way you will be able to do any wrong things. Because you're connected, you know that what you are doing is a right. So the doer will govern his own desires, whether which one is the right, which one is not right. He chooses. Exactly. Because he will not go by desire, feeling and desire, by the nature he will not go. Instead he will go with the whatever the knower says. As long as he is connected with the knower, he will go with that knower only. Because he is not connected with that higher consciousness, he is going by the nature with the feeling and desires. Even when they have, because we feel like, suppose a person is a diabetic, let us take. A person is a diabetic. He should not eat sweet. He went to a wedding. There is a lot of sweets. The sweet palette is there. Gulab jam, that, this, so many things are there. Then he know that he shouldn't be eating. But he is going and eating. He is not a control of his own things, because he is became a slave to his, to taste buds or whatever it is, right? So that is where it's happening. He's became slave to the desires. When you become the master of your desires, because desire should not pull you, you should be able to pull. So then you will be able to go to the knower portion. Because not that many of us, not that we don't know the truth. We are unaware, we are not in awareness. One thing is we are not in awareness. Second, we are not even thinking that deep, right? We're just going with the flow. He won't even think when there is a switch, everybody is in, hey, that guy is also having a diabetes. He's eating, right? Why can't I? That's the kind of, we will take one more tablet extra today. Let's go and eat. So this is a kind of not proper awareness. This is what I just took that example so that we can connect how actually our senses are going to the desires, right? But this is a small example, but likewise everywhere we are going. But once we feel, oh, we eat like hectic, and then come back, we feel, oh my God, today I ate a lot, so I shouldn't have eaten it. Right? Similarly, we feel we do something wrong in the society, and in these things also, we go by the desires and we regret. We feel sorrow for not able to control ourselves. Acting our own reason, acting our own judgment is enough. You are not actually governed by, you need not, somebody should, acting your own consciousness is telling, listen to that and act accordingly. That's all. That's all we need to do it. Otherwise, then collective consequences, like I told you, right? Family consequences and all those things. So something as a family, all together you did something wrong to the other family. So next time you all together as a tribe or as a country. Suppose some time there you see, we say, right, some of the times one of the country will be very top tier one country. Then whatever the things, whoever is actually leading or whatever the decisions that was taken by the leaders, that country may go down. This is a country destiny, as because you are in that country, whether you did it wrong, something wrong or not, also you have to face that. Or your leader is so great, then you'll get all the opportunities, and even if you did something wrong also you'll get good opportunities and you'll be able to grow. That we are seeing, we are all aware of it, right? Those things, I did not name the countries, we are all aware of how the consequences are happening around the world now. So the doer has to choose two things. Between the two things we have a choice, that is pleasure, sensation, or desires. Whatever the sensations and desires that is happening, that is a pleasure. Or the other one is awareness and discipline. That is the light. We always have the choices between these two, pleasure and sensation, or awareness and discipline. So doer has to choose between these two. So as a result, suppose if you go with the pleasure, your senses are dominant, you are ignorant. That's all, right? When you choose the light, you are able to grow spiritually everywhere. For all the beings, you are able to grow. So come out of the present human condition is the human is sense bound. He is bound to his own feelings. He is bound to his own desires. This is weakening his willpower. That's what we'll say, sir. Suppose I don't want to eat sweets, even there are 100 sweets also, if you are not able to see, that is the willpower. That is your inner strength, isn't it? So similarly here also, instead of going with your senses, just go to the light, go to that awareness. That is the inner light that you have to. Don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Humans are not fully aware of what you have already learned. Go to that. Why meditation is required? Go to that subconscious memory. You will get to know what and all the things that you experienced, what and all the knowledge that you gained. It is there within that tip of subconscious mind within you. When you learn that, you will not do the same mistakes again, right? You do the mistakes, but do the new mistakes. At least you will learn the new things. So otherwise, you will be in the cycle, right? Same mistake, doing the thing, right? True origin of the fall, right? True origin of the fall. The actual fall happened. The higher state called the realm of permanence. That is what here realm of permanence. From that, the higher state came. The doer has a perfect body in the beginning, but he came down with the feeling and desire, with the feeling and desire. That's what he is. So now whenever you balance, suppose as per the religion, if you take any religion, you say from there somewhere you did sin and came here. He's saying, let us take, you are having the perfect body. Let us forget about somewhere about the consciousness. Let us take, you have a perfect body. You came down because you did something wrong. That is the original sin, the people. Now you failed the test, initial test. If you go to that way also, you failed that test, so you came to this cycle of birth. How to come out? How to come out of this birth and death cycle? That is with the responsibility of your actions, with the awareness. With the awareness that you are doing everything. The core sin is you have created, you misused somewhere some power, that energy. So now you balance out. You balance it out, that you, so that you will be connecting back to your knower. That higher awareness. Falling is nothing but you fall out of that higher awareness. So you go and connect back to that higher awareness. You have that self-control. You should not be controlled by your desire. A continuation of the past choice. Just continue that. I'm just, because I need few more minutes so that I'll complete it. Okay. From desire to discipline. From desire to discipline. From discipline to balance. Balance your thoughts. From balance to light. This is your journey. We are all in the desire phase. Some of us and all of us, in some cases, we are in the discipline phase. Okay. In some cases, we are in the balance phase also. Like when you are raising your kids, sometimes you pamper them, sometimes you give a hard punishments, you are balancing them out because you wanted to help them to grow. But so balance your awareness, balance your inner things. All external things we are balancing, inner things also balance, and then connect to your knower. Desire to discipline, discipline to balance, balance to light. Balance to light. This is the inner reflection. To master yourself. Master yourself. Regain your balance. Regain your awareness. Get a control over the desire. That is what you have to do. Get the control over the desire. Then you will be able to go into that triune self. You will understand that triune self. You will not be that primordial unit of the nature. You started with the primordial unit of the nature. Again, he's coming from the consciousness, starting nature. One unit of the nature you started, but you want to become that perfect body. Whether you fall down or from here, but ultimate thing is you have to get that perfect body. Perfect body in the sense balance. Balance all your desires and the thing, right? Then you will pass the test. What is the test? Desires and your feelings and desires will be balanced and you will not have anything. Then you will get that journey to you will go to the perfect body. That is the journey. Here entire book is talking about your journey to the perfect body. What is the origin unit? Origin unit is a functional unit, individual organs. Then system manager. Let us take. I'm just coming to the system manager managed with the each of the four systems. What are the four systems? Respiratory system, digestive system, circulatory system. So these four nervous systems, right? So these four are the systems that is should be managed. What is the participation here? Main problem with the main problem is it has to participate less only when required, but mainly the four senses are participating more. We need four senses in order to do, but those four senses we need to control. Otherwise, so whatever that is doing, what is happening, entire body, there is some imprints are happening on the breath form. So because of that, we are not able to go to that AIA stage, which is towards the higher consciousness stage. When you balance all these things, you will go to that AIA stage. And then from AIA stage, once you are in that stage means it's a less chances to fall back. You will move to the triune self state. That is in between. This is the nature side. This is intelligence side. AIA stage is in between. So once the nature side is completed, balanced, all the things like I told you before, from desire to, what is that desire to?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Discipline to
Balance.
balance to
Balance.
light. So once you go to that light stage, then you will go to that AIA stage. Once you are in the AIA stage, then you will go to that light of intelligence, that is which is guided by higher intelligence. If you take the evolution of the other matter, you started as a matter, just the matter, right? Matter of that whatever the minerals are, it started, you started the life with that conscious particle. Then you started with the plant, some function was started, plant, animals and all human beings. Then now we are in the stage of awareness. Now we are in the third stage, awareness stage. Then once we got that, we know that awareness stage, then we should become mastery of that awareness. Once you did mastery of your senses, your awareness, you will go to that divine identity. That is where we have to go. So from nature to triune self, we are from nature is not the part. Nature is not the part of the trends. It is external, right? It's a doer stage. From there to the sphere of intelligence, from one stage to the another. Triune self, nature is material possessions. Whatever we are possessing is all the nature. We are in that stage, but we have to go to the conscious beyond the nature, which is the triune self. So what is the relationship with between these two? The four senses are the main thing. Always be aware of that. What is, whether you are driven by your senses or you are driving the senses. This is a one simple thing that if you take, then you will be able to have that master of your senses. Once you got that master of senses, you will reach that light of intelligence. That's what here we are saying. With this, we can complete this particular section or the third chapter, I can say. Once this is third chapter, from the fourth chapter onwards, he started like how to go or how the thought travels, right? So it's all connected. Now all the concepts were given. Until three chapters, there are so many concepts were given to us. From fourth chapter onwards, the concepts build one by one it uses all the three chapters things, but fourth chapter onwards, if you miss, right, what happens is this is a physical layer, this is the form layer, this is this layer, this is this layer. So one after the another. Then the lesson starts from the other way, right? So chapter by chapter it builds on one after the another. That's how it started. Even fourth chapter, it gives you the concepts of how the thought travels. Fifth chapter onwards, it will state what is your physical destiny, what is your mental destiny, what is your psychic destiny, what is your noetic destiny. So each destiny that it is saying is a each one chapter. So next one, how the thought is traveling between the layers, how it comes back to the manifestation will be taught in the fourth chapter. Okay, now I'll stop and questions.
Thank you, Prasanna garu. Let's see. Masters, if you have any questions, you can either unmute yourself or put it into the chat, whichever way you feel comfortable.
Hi, Prasanna.
Hi, Andy.
I joined in the middle,
Okay.
but I think I understood, but I'll go back and listen from the beginning.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, very nice. Yes, from where to where. Yeah, first master the four senses.
Master your
That's
own
it.
senses first. Master your own senses. Be in the aware, all the things, all the time.
Yes. Yeah, challenging, but we can try.
Doable. Challenging but doable.
Doable. Yes,
No,
yes,
we
yes.
have crossed so many challenges. This is not a we can do this too.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. When you are in a family dynamics, there will be a lot of things coming at you, but you can
No,
stay
that is what
balanced.
we give the excuses. I can say
No,
bluntly, that
yeah,
is what we give an excuses for ourselves. But if we want to do it, we will do it. Even in the family environment, when you want to possess something externally, are you doing it or not? You are doing it, right? Similarly, this also you can do it.
yes, yes. Like
Challenges will be there because from those challenges only we can learn. Without challenges, we won't learn.
yeah, a question for you.
Mhm.
So like being like a balanced mental state to dropping down to like getting annoyed or disturbed, you know, for a few minutes and then go back to the balanced state. Is that part of the senses or is that something different?
It is part of senses.
Which sense is that?
And ego, sixth sense.
Sixth sense. Okay, okay, good.
It's ego.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
Lavanya says something to me, let us take. She said, "Oh, you didn't see the time today. You came at 4:10. I have to handle my meditation and all." That's what she said because I asked her to do that same thing. That's why I'm just bringing it up. If she says that, if I have ego, see, this girl is saying like this. All these classes I came on time. Today somehow I was doing the something else. Why she has to say? This is the ego answer. Okay.
Yeah.
The next one, yes, Lavanya, I really forgot. Next time I will not repeat. I will check. I'll keep an alarm or something like that. That's a
Hmm.
another answer. So which one you choose depends. That shows your mental state, right?
Yeah, and just to say that and
And
just forget
sometimes if
about
you
it.
say sorry immediately, right, the other person also will feel, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Because that's how the other people will feel, right? If you say, because we don't go the saying the sorry or apology because our sixth sense is so too active. Ego sense, I sense.
Yeah, it's like I'm always right, no matter what. That
Yes.
is ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But lately, I'm kind of when I'm ready to get upset, I'm just going and observing my yeah, with the body, the
Yeah, that is
senses,
where the mastery of our own senses, right? Mastering of our own emotions.
the cells, and all those. How am I doing? I'm
Yeah,
checking with
the more
myself.
you are aware,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
more you will become the mastery, right? Sometimes, yeah, everybody will get once after losing the temper or before losing the temper. When you are getting aware is important.
yes, yes. Very good practices. Thank you, Prasanna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajini ma'am.
Yeah.
Anybody want to share anything? Questions?
So the Prasanna, so the realm of permanence. So we have, so even from here, like they're saying, like because we have lost that balance, so we are falling down. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Two ways. One is
Either from
learning
here.
and going. The other ways you lost that balance and came back.
Okay.
In any way, you need to balance out. If from here, you went from here. Because religion says one thing and evolution says one thing. But whatever the way you follow, you are in between and you have to balance. Ultimately, forget about what religion is what saying, what it is saying. Definitely, you are in between. That is what we know, right? So from there, you need to balance it out.
But today you have explained those. Sorry.
That's Ma'am. Lavanya, carry on, please, please.
Yeah, go ahead, Madhavi ma'am.
No, no, it's okay. I'm just wanted to say thank you, Prasanna ma'am. It was good. My only thing is it's always challenging because you have that strong thought or belief, when within your religion, when you have, you do this karma, this happens, you do a good thing, good things come to you, do bad things come to you. When you're balancing the thought process from these books to your belief, it's where I think sometimes I find it difficult. Um,
No, the inner meaning, right? The inner meaning of any religion also,
mm,
especially the Eastern religion, because I may not claim that totally because I didn't read even our religion, that Hindu religion
mm,
books, if
mm.
you see that, the inner meaning, it says the same thing, but only thing is the projection in a different way.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
that's where we started. Because it must, because again, those books was written by our own human beings, right?
yeah, yeah. I do, I
Huh?
do too. I do read few books. I know, but sometimes it's so strongly ingrained in you, right? The karma. See, by the time you're
But karma
born,
is there. That is what I'm saying. The principle of law, cause, and effect.
yeah,
It may give the different names. Whatever you do, that is the same. That's the only principle that we have to remember, Madhvigar. Only
yeah,
thing is, whatever, if you are doing good to others, the good comes back. If you're
mm,
doing the bad comes back. But good or bad, who has to decide? Your own consciousness.
unconsciousness again. Yes.
Your own consciousness can tell anything, whether it's a good or bad.
Mm,
If that is the case, in some of the means there is a no way the Hindu scriptures was written or not, but there is a sacrifice of the life was followed for some time in a Hindu
mm,
religion, right? But now we understood that that is not the right. We don't have the right to sacrifice animal life,
yeah.
and then we stopped it, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Similarly, we need to understand that there is it's not that somebody else is giving a punishment to us, it is our own thoughts, our
Thought
own actions,
actions.
our
Yeah.
own deeds are giving us punishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to evolve there with the conscious awareness.
Yeah.
Okay.
But today's a good topic, actually. I was listening so neatly, and thank you. Non-stop, you say for 1 hour. I don't know how you do it, though. You
No,
just
once I started, I'll go in a different world. I
it was
didn't
very
even
deep,
notice.
actually. Today was like, and listening to every point. It was thinking after, Mom, how could you do it like for about 50 minutes and straight through without any gap?
I enjoy
Which
it.
is such an abstract subject. It's not something we have
Exactly.
certain
I know.
story or certain certain concept or something for us to define, but such an abstract subject where you have to explain beneath it. It's so hard. But you do a good job, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, some passion should be there again for
Yeah,
that.
that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Yeah,
Uh,
it's so abstract. One sentence. We sometimes we look at so differently too. In a different meaning. So so
yeah,
it
I
was
miss
good.
it because whenever I've been learning, right, my things are also, my consciousness is, right, that is also expanding, I feel like, right?
Mm, mm.
So That's where you'll get like interest, because you should feel somewhere
Yes,
connected.
yes.
Otherwise, you'll not get too much, right?
No, no, no. I think this book was one of those books where it's so dry, but as you listen, you feel, you get into it. I'm just looking forward to the next class where, the thought process, how it forms layers in your, in your thing. I was going to
Yeah.
be so. That should be interesting. And so thank you, Prasanna ma'am, and thank you, Lavanya, for hosting this. Yeah.
Thank you, Madhavi ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other questions, friends? And in chat, Lakshmi Sudhaka Master, MS, and Chandana, they have expressed their gratitude, Prasanna Garu. And from MS, I see a question. I agree with the conflict and confusion. Both feels true what the religion says and the theory in book. Human evolution that has started from single cell. It is deep. Brings to a perspective that so many human civilizations and animals like dinosaurs vanished over time. Somehow we still survived.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I just bring it, right? So when that evolution was started, where is that God, right? It's not there. God was created by us, definitely. Because that supreme power, all of a sudden, the forest is actually burning up. And the people over there, whoever they started burning, are the people who went for, what do you say, the fishing and all, right? So you don't know whether these people, whether they don't know whether they'll come back or not. Those were the days. Even now also, right? If they go onto the sea, whether they'll come back or not. What these wives or the ladies will do, they'll pray. Water god, Varuna Deva. Not Varuna Deva. Varuna is air, right? So they feel that water, so he should come back safe. So similarly, that's a kind of the thing, right? Yesterday, while I'm discussing why the God means why we will see upright. Because fire, when the fire comes, where it will go? It will go up. The up. Then its intensity got decreased, and it. So there is somebody over there who is actually stopping. So the God means started looking up. It makes sense, right? It makes sense logically too. That's how some supreme power is there and up in the air somewhere. So who is controlling it? Suppose if somebody says that everything is you, then people will say, okay, I got this wish because the God in me has created this wish. That could be the bad wish also, bad thing also. Then if you started saying that, oh, God in me wishing to do that, and then I'm the God, I will do it. That's how the people are doing, who has money and power and all, right? That's how now the people, if everybody did that, then order will be missing. Because of that, these relations would have come. So that is why the many things, the religions are the fear based, that kind of the thing, right? It is, but they are teaching a temporary teaching system kind of thing. Temporarily, a human being need it, but you should not struck over there. But now we are in a stage that we evolved. We took so many thousands of births. We evolved a lot. Now also we cannot stick to that. We have to come deeper reflection. You are a conscious being, a step towards the destination. You find your awareness, inquiry, and your inner light. That's why all these teachings came to us. I gave that second diagram, right? And give it to your group. That evolution fall into the realm of the time, do your, then the nature, something like this. Here it will comes.
Yeah, last.
I gave it
Yeah, sure.
two diagrams, right, Ma? Fall means here your temptation, your pleasure, your imbalance. That is a fall. Okay. From there, inquiry, self-inquiry. Who am I? I am a consciousness. That's where you should go. Okay. Then realization. When it comes to the realization, merge with the triune self and merge with your thought is your destiny and restore your perfect body. But in between, this fall and awakening, in between that religion is coming. In between this fall, the temptation you fall, and awakening, who am I? In between this sense-based or ideal-based to the worship or theological system came into the existence. You need to cross that. That is what here is trying to say. Why he is saying is religion is required to some extent, but we are not in that stage. In this particular point in time, we have to, from Ramana Maharshi also, they say, who am I? Who am I? You are that consciousness, learn it. So many people did not even follow, able to understand and move on, right? So we have to go there. That's what it is. You're sharing your screen?
Yes, Prasanna Garu. This one.
Yeah, this is what it is, ma. See that evolution, fall. Fall is into the realm of the time. The fall is nothing but your temptation, your pleasure, and your imbalance. That is what is happening. The doer fall. Okay. Then awakening. This side there is awakening. Path of self-discovery, inquiry, questioning, who am I? I am the consciousness. In between is only this fall and awakening. In between the religion came. This religion is sense-bound. Idols are the nature gods. It could be the nature gods or the idols or some human gods. So these are the theological dogma or worshipping that came. That is all fear-based or all those things. From there you go to the awakening part. Then you will realize that you are the triune self. The law of thought and destiny you will understand and restore. Suppose we are all learning this means we are in the form of awakening or realization. Be thankful that we crossed that stage and we went to this awakening and realization stage. So we are in the awakening stage, in the inquiry. I am the consciousness. Only thing is we need to travel and go to the realization phase. Are you not happy now by seeing the diagram where we are? Yeah, this diagram explains a lot, right?
Yes, Prasanna Garu.
Again, thanks to AI for creating it. Otherwise, it would have taken at least one program I had to write to create that diagram.
Yes. These pictures helps us to understand easier.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This batch at this second time, first time we don't have all these tools. Whatever the Percival has given, that small diagrams at the back of the book, that we used to break our heads to understand and explain. But this diagram, worth of so many words, basically.
Yes. So we are moving out of these three. You mentioned three layers like the fear-based and desiring for mercy, and then coming into the faith-based. So it's also part of evolution, our consciousness evolution, and
Yes,
the reason
conscious
we have.
evolution.
Otherwise, we would have come directly into the faith-based rather
Yeah,
than. Yeah, it's also
it is
evolution.
also part of the evolution. Yes. There's nothing wrong. That's what in the religion they said you did something wrong. That's why no, we are actually consciously evolving one after the another.
It's everything
Okay.
is an experience. That's the reason we are.
Everything is an experience. Let us take that way. Everything is an experience. We are experiencing the life. There's nothing to feel bad about it. Okay. Okay. Thank you. See you next week.
Thank you, Prasanna Garu. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you, all masters.